Hi, this is Paul Nicholson for Sporting Life, and this week we thought we'd do something a little bit different and help you with some practice drills. We're going to have a beginner's drill today, which is called Rock Around the Clock. Now, everybody has tried going around the clock 1 to 20, but this one is just a little bit easier if you're starting out. And there are a lot of people who have been starting out with darts since lockdown. So, with this one, the purpose of the game is to get 1, 2, 3 and so on, all the way to 20, but you've got 3 darts to do so, and then when you do so, you move on to the next one. So if you get 1, you move on to 2, if you get 2, you move on to 3, but if you miss any part of that particular number with 3 darts, you go back a step. You don't start from the beginning, you only go back 1 step. So as a beginner, I think this drill is really, really good. So just to recap, 1, 2, 3 and all the way to 20, but you get 3 darts to do it. Once you do it, you progress 1, but if you don't hit that number, you go down 1, so you don't get penalised too much. This is an intermediate practice drill, which I think you might like. I like to call it Bogey, Double and Split. So no, it's not a dessert. It's just a little bit different because everybody, doesn't matter whether you're the best in the world or whether you're someone who just practices for fun, you're going to have a number or a double that you don't particularly like, and you have to practice it more if you are going to improve. So to illustrate this particular drill, I'm going to use double 9, which is not a favourite of a lot of right-handers. So if you look at double 9 up in this corner, which you're going to be throwing across most of your eye lines, we want you to practice double 9 and get much better at it, but we want you to be better at the split afterwards as well, in case you go inside that double 9. So, if you say double 9 is your example, hit the double 9, great, you've done your job. Next visit, practice it again. If you go outside, you keep going for double 9. If you go outside again, you then go for double 9 once more. However, here's the situation I want you to improve on. Yes, I want you to hit double 9, or the double that you're going for. And these are odd numbers that we're looking at. Double 7, double 17, these kinds of things. But here, if you go inside the double 9 and you get the single, I want you to practice the transition to single 1 and double 4. Or potentially another transition, which could be 7 for double 1. Do you see what I'm trying to get at here? This is why it's called bogey double, because it's potentially a double you don't like. But the split is something that you have to practice if you're going to get better under pressure. This is an intermediate level type of game or type of practice, and I think if you do this a bit more, you'll be better under pressure. Happy darting. And this is number 3 of our practice drills. Again, this is an intermediate one. This is what I call doubles, snakes and ladders. It's very similar to our beginner's singles drill, but on this occasion what I want you to do is to hit the doubles in sequence, 1 all the way to 20, and the bullseye at the end, of course. But if you get that double with one of your 3 darts, you move on to the next one. So let's use double 1 as an example. You get double 1 with your first 3 darts in this game, you move on to double 2. Then if you get double 2 with one of your efforts in the second visit, you move on to double 3. But let's say you go to double 3 and you miss with all 3 darts. You then go back to double 2. So that's the snake bit, you go down. You continue to progress with hits, but you go down with misses. All the way through to the bullseye, and let's put you in this situation, because this is where it gets a little trickier. You've got to get 1 shot at the bullseye at the very end to complete the game, but if you miss the bullseye with all 3, you'll go back to double top. If you then miss double top with your 3 darts, you go back to double 19. But if you get the bullseye at the end, you complete the game. This is something just to keep your motivation going for doubles practice, because a lot of the time, some games can be laborious and a little bit boring sometimes, but this one I've always found to be really, really good. Doubles, snakes and ladders. Keep climbing those ladders and don't go down those snakes. We've moved on to the advanced level now, so if you are pretty good at this game, you might like this practice drill. It's something that's used by a lot of pros when they're preparing for big challenges, but I want you to play this game. It's a modified James Wilson style game. A lot of people have heard of him doing games against himself, where if you get a 501 leg in 15 darts, you win the leg, and if you don't get it in 15, you lose the leg. It's a really good tool to use in that format, but I want to make this a little bit shorter. I'm going to say 201, and you've got to get it in 6 darts. If you can get it in 6 darts, you win the leg. But if you don't get 201 points in 6 darts, you lose the leg. And play best of 11. What this drill does is it gets you practicing your approach into the finishing zone and into these 2 darters that we want you to hit. So for instance, get 105 followed by a 96 checkout and win that leg. But if you can't get rid of 201 in 6, you are going to lose a lot of advanced games against really good players. So this is why you have to practice it. Just to recap, 201 down to 0 in 6 darts. If you can do that, win the leg. If you don't, you're going to lose. Play that against yourself. When you're in isolation, away from everybody, it won't be boring. Do it as best of many legs as you want. But I would say best of 11 just to start with and see how you go. And this is our final practice drill of the week. The 5th out of 5. And this is by far the hardest one. So this is really going to challenge you no matter who you are. Even us pros. So this one is where you've got to get all the doubles in sequence, 1 all the way through to 20. But on no occasion through this game are you allowed to split the double. Let me explain. So if you get double 1 without going inside, you progress to double 2. You don't have to do it with 3 darts as well. You just, whenever you've hit the double, you move to the next one. But let's say you get double 1, you get double 2, you get double 3, and you're on double 4, and you go inside double 4, and you split that double. All the way back to the beginning, I'm afraid. This is really, really tough, and I've only completed this maybe 10 times in my career, because it can be really frustrating. But if you want to get better, and you want to be really clinical on doubles and stop splitting in awkward situations, I think this is really tough and really good for focus. So again, 1 to 20 in sequence on doubles. Do not split one, otherwise you're going all the way back to the beginning. Let me know what you think about this one, because this one's really hard. Sporting Life have brought you 5 different practice drills this week. I hope you enjoyed them all. And you, out there, I hope you're getting better by this point. I really hope you're enjoying your darting as well. This is Paul Nicholson signing out for now. And I'll see you next time with articles, podcasts and lots more with Sporting Life.